So, we're here on another Wednesday, and today we're talking about James Brown. So, James Brown is or was a musician who had so much personality. Maybe everyone's a performer, but James Brown was definitely known to be a true performer. I don't know how else to put it. He's remembered for his performances in addition to his music. And everyone's different, but the energy that James Brown had came through in his music as well, the way that he used to call on others who were on stage to play along with him. And that's just what I remember growing up and even more recently hearing about James Brown. But most of the songs that I've listened to are ones that I think everyone is familiar with when it comes to James Brown. In doing just a little bit of research, I read that he made about 60 albums. I read that and I didn't look into many different sources. And I can imagine that someone could do that, but it just sounded like so much music. But I imagine maybe much of his music was recorded live, perhaps. And maybe many of his performances were turned into albums. I'm not sure. I just thought that was a huge number when I saw it. And today, in putting together itineraries surrounding James Brown, I'll probably focus on other musicians that are very well known for their music and the energy that they have on stage. So let's see if there's a free trivia quiz about James Brown or funk. So, in my mind, James Brown's music in the songs that I'm familiar with are, I think they give a strong rock feel to them. I think they feel very rock. And I think that's because I probably don't know that many songs by James Brown. And I might even be thinking more so about the performance aspect of it. But I know that he is very much associated with funk. There's what I know, and then there's how I feel when I listen to the music. So that's what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and look for some funk related history. There are 13 quizzes. So 10 questions, 25 questions. Play that funky music. Origins of funk, funk rock, funk bands, origins of funk. Ooh, okay. So we have tough, average, difficult. Oh no. Not saying that I'm intimidated or anything, but I think I'm going to go for funk rock just because of what I just said. And the fourth installment of the series will look at the songs and artists that combined elements of rock and roll and funk into a potent, danceable mix. Let's do funk fundamentals. This basic funk question and answer, gritty, bass heavy, and dance centered, funk music is emblematic of North America in the 1970s. Average difficulty, so yeah, let's go for this one. Funk fundamentals. Name the Atlanta band who released the album Good High on Bang Records in 1976. Candor, Carl Carlton, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Brick. Two, name the Chicago funk and soul master who recorded Is It Because I'm Black? He recorded for Twin Night Records and later for High Records. His tune Different Strokes has been widely sampled. Sal Johnson, Jesse Johnson, Prince Sylvester. I'm gonna go for a hint. Okay. Rick James produced what funky comeback album in 1981? Garden of Love, Street Songs, Bussing Out of L7, Fire It Up. For, okay, hyperbolic syllabic squidolimistic is an almost 10-minute funk excursion created by what master of smooth funk composition? He also produced the theme from Shaft, Isaac Hayes. This woman stood next to James Brown and belted out hits. Wheel of Life was an early collaboration. Her second album was called Check Me Out If You Don't Know Me By Now. Her tune, Think About It, has been widely sampled, often called the female preacher for her funky gospel-styled singing delivery. Yeah, I don't know. Sugar Pie DeSanto, Lynn Collins, Vicki Anderson, Marva Whitney. The names here are not familiar. I thought I only used one. Let's go for Lynn. This amazing vocalist was first discovered singing in her father's church. She has a funky scene in a diner in the film The Blues Brothers. Name the artist. I'm going for Aretha Franklin. This funky saxophonist recorded How Can I Be So White and So Funky with Dr. John. He is also the band leader of the LA Express and composed the theme song for Starsky and Hutch. Do I have any more hints? Even though I think I do. I think I only used two so far. John Scott, Bon Scott, Tom Stoppard. I think it's Tom Scott. Larry Graham had a fantastic slap bass sound, fronting his band Graham Central Station. What famous funk figure had Graham previously worked with? Is that the slap of the bass guy? Graham Central Station. I'm pretty sure Larry Graham is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Prince is a 7-time Grammy Award-winning funk composer. He has committed to his community and not only filmed movies there, but also built his studio Paisley Park in the town of Chanhassen. What is Prince's home state? Minnesota. This funky singer and famed band leader allowed a recording of his performance to be televised to help calm crowds in Boston after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. This could only have been James Brown or ZZ Hill. I'm saying I don't know anything about ZZ Hill. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. It could have been Michael Jackson. I mean, of course, was it Michael Jackson? It's hard for me to place Michael Jackson in a time before the 90s, even though I know he's been making music, or he made music for his whole life. He'd been making music for his whole life by that time. It very well could have been Michael Jackson. But it says funky singer and famed band leader. But he's still a band leader. It's got to be James Brown. I don't know. This is. Do I have one more hint? Michael Jackson was not famed as being a band leader. Oh, street songs? Wow. Isaac Hayes, Lynn Collins, Tom Scott. Oh, Sly Stone, Minnesota. James Brown. Not bad. I was not expecting that. So, with that in mind, I think we have a couple more names to add. So, we're definitely going to include names that came up in trivia this week: Prince and Shaka Khan. So, we can also include Isaac Hayes, Lynn Collins, and Aretha Franklin. I think that's what we'll do. Let's see. Make sure this is the correct document. Let's go back. So we have we had Prince and Shaka Khan, and then we were just saying Isaac Hayes, and then we said Tom. No. Lynn Collins and Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin. So we're probably going to go somewhere in Minnesota. And I guess we could just do where everyone's from. Something in the state that everyone's from. I won't go too deep into their music, or maybe I will. I think I'll see if I can find one of the most popular songs, and then I'm just thinking of the songs that I know. I know the names of songs by Prince, Isaac Hayes, kind of Shaka Khan, not as well. And then I know a few Aretha Franklin. And I think I'm just going to search the most listened to today. The most listened to Prince song, maybe in 2026. I wonder if those stats are somewhere. Those stats should be available. Most listened to Prince song in 2026. Purple Rain, not surprising there. I don't remember the names of any Shaka Khan songs. I can't. Because I just listened to some of her music today and yesterday. And I just don't remember the names of the songs. I mean, because I can remember Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, but I can't remember the name of the song. Do, do, do. I can't remember, and there's no lyrics. I'm not picking up on any lyrics. I'm going to come back to see if I can remember the song. Because the only Isaac Hayes be just Isaac Hayes. I think it's the Isley Brothers. Was Isaac Hayes am I getting confused? Isaac Hayes wasn't in the Isley Brothers, was he? He was not. He had the baritone voice. I apologize. He was. That's not his last name isn't Isley, so I'm guessing he's not an Isley. But yes, because the only song I can think of is just Between the Sheets. And I know that's not Isaac Hayes, that's the Isley Brothers. I don't think Isaac Hayes is a part of the song. And I don't want to list the Shaft theme song either. But why not? Probably shouldn't. So I'm just going to listen to the most listened to song. Is it Ain't Nobody? I don't think the song that I was talking about was Ain't Nobody, but then Lynn Collins. Lynn Collins was here, but did we say Lynn Collins was a musician? There was something else about Lynn Collins in the question, wasn't there? Okay, so she was singing. All right, great. She was next to James Brown. So the question is, sorry about that. Yeah, one N. That was the one in the quiz. And Purple Rain might take us away from Minnesota. Purple Rain related tourist attraction in Minnesota. So we're going to go to Paisley Park. So for Ain't Nobody, I'm just going to see if there's professional hide and seek. If there's a professional hide and seek game. All right, professional hide and seek or hide and seek tournament. Competitive tournaments. The format. Well, the largest recognized competitive hide and seek event is the Red Bull Hide and Seek World Championship. So we do have Ain't Nobody. I'm not going to go for it meaning there's a lot of people there. See, Ain't Nobody. What if we go to a secluded, a top sanctuary, a musical sanctuary? Secluded musical sanctuary. Musicalsanctuary.org. Perhaps if I put retreat. Susan, Canada. So for Isaac Hayes, well, depending on how the rest of these go, we might change the approach a little bit. But for Isaac Hayes, I'm looking to see what we can find for ziplining. And so the activities that we're doing should work together. Okay. So the way I think about it is James Brown, he gave quick like comments and lines, ziplining, but I'm not intentionally trying to go that deep here. Let's look for ziplining. Ziplining with live music? We're going for funky. So, experience the thrill of ziplining combined with live music at adventure parks near you. Spots like Canopy Adventure. Ziplining is ziplining near music venue. And we could go for album instead of song, but I'm going to stick with it and see what we have. And I'm going to continue looking for the ziplining. Ziplining with the best views. Now, this one caught my eye because there's a long word. The trivia question. Let's see. And it has canopy. And canopies are zipline. Where is Isaac Hayes from? All right, Tennessee. So let's do zip lining in Tennessee. Oops. Yeah, this is all right. Smoky Mountain zip lines. And then where is Shaka Khan from? Okay. So being from Chicago, then Chicago retreat, musical retreat in Chicago. The Broadway Diva Experience, an immersive weekend offering classes with Broadway professionals, yoga, stretching, behind the scenes workshops, and a trip to the Marriott Theater. Choral Retreats, Music Institute of Chicago Choral. Oh, sorry. I mean, of course, choral, but choral. I think the, mm, I'm doing my best not to go look deeper into the lyrics, but let me look into the lyrics of Ain't Nobody. I'm torn between the choral one and the diva one, but I'm going to go diva. Broadway diva experience. Vocal coaching. All right, so Lynn Collins, because I don't think there's any more diva than Chaka Khan. But Top Hats really isn't giving funk though. I'm gonna have to come back. So Lynn Collins. Where is Lynn Collins from? Texas. Think about it. Dime box, Aveline. The female, she's from Texas, though. Rooftops. Rooftops around Dime Box, Texas. All right, so Diamond One venue located right in Dime Box. This local event center is known for hosting live music events that frequently feature outdoor rooftop sessions, making it the premier spot for elevated city views in the immediate area. In Dime Box, Texas. I should remember where Aretha Franklin's from. Concert schedule. Is there anything funky? So I know Aretha Franklin has a church background. I don't hear that as much for Shaka Khan, but I'm sure she does. But I'm not sure if changing to the choral retreat would be better. And so this one, I like Diamond One Venue Dime Box for Dime Box, for being from Dime Box. I mean, if you're a dime, then you love being recognized for high quality like diamonds. Let's look for Aretha Franklin. Where is Aretha Franklin from? So let's do, where is Aretha Franklin from? Also from Tennessee. Aretha Franklin's father's church? I have not been asking the cards. Okay, so do we go to church? This is in Michigan. Prayers. Prayer house for travelers in Tennessee. Franklin Prayer House. Yeah. Franklin, Tennessee. So let's go ahead and let one of them inspire a travel itinerary. Instagram. Oh, I keep wanting to Google. You know what this is going to be. And all right, we'll do tune in. Tune in by Jennifer Buchanan. So, musical therapist. This one, we're going to go to the tune in. I think the prayer house is going to be a good one just for this. Oh. Franklin Prayer House. In Franklin, Tennessee. Say a little prayer. Save the world. Different cover to the book, but same book. All right. So, yeah, I think that's it. And my performance wasn't as exciting as other performers, especially today. Didn't have that high energy, but until next reach out, keep it loud.